You've seen this battle before between the Rossi Tuffy Turkey 410 single shot and the Stevens 301 Turkey 410 single shot. But today, I'm bringing a third. The Henry 410 Turkey single shot. So I'm gonna do a comparison between all three and see which one does the best. Now, why do I have three 410 single shots? I have no idea. But I'm not complaining. I've had the Stevens 301 for several years now. I got that one when they first came out. And then I bought the Henry just because I love Henry. It's a wood stock, definitely probably a better quality gun, heavier. And then I finally found the Tuffy Turkey. They were difficult to find there for a while. They still are, but I was able to pick one up, and this thing is super, super light. I think they're like 3 pounds, maybe a little bit more. I got a red dot on there. But you can, with the thumb hole grip, you can basically hold this. The main reason why I bought this is there, certain times a bird comes in on your offside, and that's going to be perfect for shifting over. You can almost hold this thing like a pistol, to be honest, one-handed, super light. So I'm going to shoot Winchester Double X, 3-inch, 7.5 shot. And then I have the Browning TSS, Federal TSS, and then the Winchester Long Beard TSS. And these are all 3-inch, 9-shot. All three of the shotguns are from the factory, as is with the factory chokes. I did put on the Tuffy Turkey and the Stevens 301, I put these AT3 Tactical. I think they're, RD50, I think is a model, but they're, one of the more inexpensive red dots. But I've had, the one on my Stevens for a while, and it's never given me any trouble. So I bought one for the Tuffy. So I'm going to shoot the Tuffy first. I'll shoot the Winchester Double X. Got my zoom camera. I'm going to get my safety gear on, and we'll get moving. I'm kind of expecting all three of these to shoot pretty close, but I thought it would be neat to do a comparison. So here we go with the Winchester Double X. All right. I forgot to mention, if you've seen any of my other videos, I'm at the same range, and this patterning board is about 27, 28 yards. Not the greatest out of the Double X, but several in the spine, one in the eyeball. Not too bad, I guess. The Stevens 301 is up next. Same shell, the Winchester Double X. Looks pretty close to the Tuffy. A lot more in the brain on this one. It might just be, it might shoot a little bit higher. Henry's up next. This one's much heavier weight-wise than the other two, so even though there's not much recoil in 410, this one will definitely have less just because of the weight. Oh, this one has the Leupold Delta Point Pro on it, which I've had for several years. I had this one on my my Henry 12 gauge single shot. Yeah, I would say all three of these are pretty close. This is what I'm really interested in, and probably you as well, the TSS comparison, but I'm going to do the Federal TSS first. I will say this, the Tuffy has about a 10-pound trigger on it. Getting my steps in today with all this back and forth. Not that great. TSS at 30 yards. All right, here's the Stevens with the Federal TSS. Oh, I said 30 yards, but actually 27 yards. Let's see how the Steven does. I'd say the Stevens is taking the early lead over the Tuffy when it comes to pattern. It might be a little bit to the right. It's kind of a strange pattern. Interesting. All right, so back to the Tuffy. I'm going to go with the Browning TSS next, saving the Long Beard for last because I like the name. And I'm breaking up a sweat. My goggles are getting foggy here. Decent pattern with the Browning out of the Tuffy, a little bit low. But I think that's better than the Federal. All right, we'll shoot the Browning out of the Stevens. I don't know, man. I think the Stevens might take it. Pretty nice. Camera's all wonky. That's the Browning TSS out of the Henry. To the right. Pretty scattered up top. If you stuck around this long, this is going to be the last 3 shots with the Winchester Long Beard TSS out of the Tuffy. That might be the most even pattern out of the Tuffy. Well, we're getting there. 2 more to go. Winchester Long Beard TSS out of the Stevens. Stevens has a pretty nice trigger too. Not too bad from the Stevens and the Winchester Long Beard TSS. There's the Henry. It's going to be a tough comparison. Can't wait to put them all side by side. All right, I'm going to start out with a comparison of the 3 shotguns side by side with each shell. And then I'll do a comparison of the TSS for each shotgun, if that makes any sense. So this is the Tuffy Turkey, this is the Stevens, and this is the Henry. And this is the Winchester Double XX 7.5 shot. I'd say those are all really close to being the same. Maybe the Tuffy and the Henry seem like they shot a little bit lower, and this one's a little higher, but that could have just been me. But these patterns are very similar. I mean, there's several in the kill zone on each one. So I'd say the Winchester X, or sorry, the Winchester Double X out to, this is 27, 28 yards, so I wouldn't have any issues with using any of those shells out of any of these shotguns. All right, here we go with the Federal TSS. That's the Tuffy Turkey. That's the Stevens 301. That's the Henry. I'd almost say the Stevens is probably the tightest pattern out of those three, but again, all three got BBs in the kill zone. Looks like they would all do the trick. All right, same order, and this is the Browning. The Tuffy is a little bit low, but again, that could have been me, but nice pattern. Steven, once again, looks like it has the tightest pattern. Smidge to the right. The Henry might actually have the worst pattern out of these three with the Browning. They would all work though. Oops. Last up, same order. This is the Winchester Long Beard TSS. Here's the Tuffy. Stevens. And the Henry. I think I'm liking the Stevens out of those three. So that's going to wrap up the Battle of the 410s. I decided not to do the rest of the comparisons. I think you get the point. They all shot pretty decent, and I don't think there was one clear winner out of the three. Maybe the Stevens had the best patterns, but they all did pretty well. Just some comments on each. The Tuffy, super light, but a real heavy trigger. The thumb hole on this makes it, you could be super maneuverable if a bird's coming into your offside. You can almost hold it and shoot it like a pistol, especially with the red dot. Stevens, it's pretty nice, decent trigger, shoots good. And then the Henry, I would say fit and finish wise, the Henry is the clear winner, wood stock, but it's also much heavier than the other two, especially the Tuffy. This is probably twice as heavy as the Tuffy, but it's a really nice shotgun, and I like Henrys. So I think that's going to do it for this video. And I think on my last video I said that was my last turkey patterning video, but I think this is going to be my last turkey patterning video. Season starts 1 week from, well, today's Sunday. It starts this coming Saturday, which is May 2nd. So I'm really looking forward to it. By the time I get this video out, it's probably just going to be a couple days until the season starts, and I'm out in the woods. I can't wait. So thank you all for watching. And if you want to support the channel, please like and consider subscribing. And I'll see you all on the next video. And good luck this season.